Let's see. I need that. I need that. Oh shit! What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be the day where you find out what's in this supplement cabinet. Cue the intro. What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. My name is Zach Brinker with alphaenergymethod.com, and in today's video we're going to be talking about what exactly is in my supplement cabinet that I take on a daily basis for overall health, energy levels, so I can continue to thrive, kick ass every single day, take names, and I'm going to show you some inside exclusive looks as to what I take. Now, I'm going to break this video up. And the first part of the video is going to be health-oriented supplements. Then there's going to be a performance-based group of supplements I'm going to talk about that I take when around my workout for increasing my performance and energy around that time. And focus, cognitive function supplements. So they're going to be split up in 3 different categories. So if you're tuning in, go ahead and make sure you subscribe, guys. Go ahead and make sure you leave a comment down below what you found helpful from this video at any point in time, and leave a like. You got to hit that little notification bell. It goes ding, 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 ding. Let's get in there. Let's get in. So the first part of the video we're going to be talking about is the health-oriented supplements that I take on a daily basis. Now, some of these supplements I have here, I haven't taken in a while, but I do have them in my routine because I do use them sparingly. So we're going to start with what I feel like is the most important for all men to be taking is these 3 is a lethal combo. We're going to be talking about zinc. If you can see that, I don't know if you can see that or not. Camera sucks ass. But zinc glycinate is a really good form of zinc. Now, why is zinc so important? Number 1, it's a mineral. It also blocks aromatase, which inhibits estrogen production in the body. It boosts your testosterone levels. It's really good for boosting your immune system. There's so many key freaking benefits for zinc. Now, with zinc, you have to be mindful of this. It's something you can be deficient in. If you're not consuming enough shellfish, red meats, and micronutrient-rich sources of zinc foods that have this mineral in it, like eggs and different things like that. If you're not consuming these foods, get a blood test and find out if you're deficient in zinc, and then add supplemental zinc when needed. I go for the glycinate. There's other forms as well that are really good, but 15 to 35 milligrams is a really good range. You can take upwards of 50 if you're extremely deficient. There's even studies that show 80 to 100 milligrams if you're like crazy athletic. Guys, this is one of the minerals that you sweat out when you're constantly moving. You're sweating a lot, and if you're very rigorous with your activity, you sweat, you're losing this mineral. Number 2 is magnesium. You need magnesium. Magnesium is responsible for over 365 bodily functions in the body. And, a common thing with magnesium is if you notice that you ever get migraines, if you ever feel, your recovery's off, you ever get cramps, magnesium is a really good component to add in. If you're not getting enough magnesium-rich foods from like spinach, leafy greens, and other parts in your diet, if you're not getting these in already, you need to implement that first. Obviously, diet is going to be important first. Nutrition is going to be important first. I preach that religiously every freaking day. But supplementation is really filling in those gaps, is really filling that in to a full level. And so I take this. It's like it's a really good combo with the vitamin D. I'm going to talk about that in a minute because it's really good for overall male health, for testosterone, for feeling fucking alive with these 3 vitamins. And with magnesium, you have to keep in mind too that it's also good for relaxation. I take this to like, you know, this is 300 milligrams serving, so I don't take 300 milligrams because, little FYI, you take too much magnesium, you're going to basically be on the toilet all day long, because it is a muscle relaxant, so it's going to relieve your bowels. So there is a fine line. You have to be, you'll know when you take too much, just cut the dose back, and that's all it does. It doesn't kill you, it's not harmful. It just, you literally will go to the toilet all the time if you take too much. But I take about 100 to 200 milligrams supplemental extra, and that really does the trick for me. I take it around around bedtime, and this is so powerful for me getting better sleep, improving my sleep quality. It helps me relax. It helps me, you know, just wind down, and it's a really good stress. You know, it helps promote stress management as well. So this is a really good combo. So last thing is vitamin D. Man, this fucking camera sucks. Vitamin D is, guys, this should be literally marketed as a fucking hormone. And so a lot of guys talk about, you know, oh, I'm on TRT, and that's amazing. But I'm telling you, you start implementing a good dose of vitamin D. This is legit considered a hormonal vitamin for the body because of all the hormonal functions it regulates. If you're deficient in vitamin D, which you can find out from a blood test, if you go to your doctor and you get like a blood panel, you can ask for a vitamin D test. You can ask for the magnesium, and I think the zinc. You can get these results taken. They can see how deficient you are, and a lot of these things I'm talking about. Vitamin D, like I said, if you're in an area in a climate where you're not prone to, like, it's not sunny a lot, you're going to be more prone to deficiency. If you're not outside a lot, if you're working an inside job, you're going to be more prone to deficiency. If you're not eating a lot of vitamin D rich foods, from dairy, from, you know, kefir, from, you know, dairy rich products, cheeses, you know, leafy greens, eggs, milk, all kinds of stuff. If you're not getting like tuna and fish and omega-3 fatty fish, if you're not getting that kind of quality food in your diet enough, definitely recommend bumping this up. Everybody should be taking vitamin D, honestly. Helps regulate your mood. You feel better, you feel amazing. You just feel great overall. And so a solid rule of thumb with vitamin D is, this is for a serving, this is 400 IUs. Now the RDA is the new RDA limit for adults is like 800. Like I said, to get a good baseline, you can get your blood work done and find out exactly how much of these, you know, some of these minerals and vitamins you need, the ones like I'm talking about right now. You can find out exactly if you're deficient or not. But I take a good rule of thumb is 1,000 to 5,000 is a really good number. Now, if you're someone who lives in a really cold climate, who's really, you know, has no sun exposure, you may have to have more. And like I said, disclaimer, this is all based on your blood work. So do not go to the freaking store and start popping freaking 10,000 IUs of vitamin D. Don't be doing that shit, because you can get vitamin D toxicity if you take way too much over time. The lag time with vitamin D is it takes up to 2 to 3 days to synthesize and break down in the liver. So you may not get the effects for at least 3 days. So if you're sitting there hyper loading up with like freaking, you know, 10,000 plus IUs and you don't need it, that's when you run into freaking a scary disaster. But if you do need it, you're going to feel fucking amazing. There's a difference. So everybody's different. Remember that. Next, we got the good old fashioned fish oils, omega-3s, good for inflammation, good for, you know, your heart, good for your cognitive function, joint health. Guys, I take 1,200. This is one serving, 1,200 milligrams. So you're getting your EHAs, your DHAs. This is the full omega-3 dose. You're getting, how much is omega-3s? Is 700. This is 1,000. Yeah, 1,200. I'm sorry, 1,200 milligrams of omega-3s. So this is a really good dose. So with omega-3s, 1,000. You know, 1,200, like you can go a little bit lower. It just depends on what you need specifically. Some people need more depending on their activity level, depending on, you know, how much inflammation they have, depending on how many omega-6s they're consuming in their diet. if your omega-3s to omega-6 ratio is out of whack and you're not consuming enough omega-3s, that's just the recipe for disaster, more inflammation, you know, a lot of issues people have, like joint pain and stuff, it's caused by the ratios are out of whack. They're not consuming enough omega-3s. So that's a really another one to add in your arsenal. It doesn't have to be this brand. Any of these brands I show on here does not have to be this brand. Find a trusted source that is quality tested. You know, this is, you know, purified. It's USP verified. Purified to remove mercury. You want stuff that's tested. You want stuff that's regulated. You don't want to just go to some dollar store and just pick up random fucking vitamin D and it's cheap as shit and you're like, okay, let's get it put in the cart. You want to make sure that stuff's tested, stuff's legit, and it meets label claims. If it says 1,000 IUs as a serving, make sure it meets that label claim. Don't just start taking shit and, you know, just because it says vitamin D, if you don't know if it's the real dose and the real effective dose on it, because it could go, you can throw your body off and you can cause all kinds of issues because of that. All right, so we're going to still continue with the health section of the supplements, and we got a lot of you guys may like this one, B12. I don't actually take this. I have not taken this in like 2 years. It still sits there. It's not expired yet, I don't think. It doesn't expire till September, so the fun fact, guys, is a lot of these things, they're actually good after expiration day. If you didn't know that, I used to work at a supplement store. The only thing that's wrong, the only reason they have to obviously take it off the shelf is just the effective dose is just depleted. So like this says 1,000 mcgs, but it won't be 1,000 mcgs once it expires. It's just a lot lower because the longer it sits without being used, it just the dose goes down. That's it, but it's still fine. That's just FYI for people. But with B12, if you're not taking like a B complex, I think I ran out of B complex. I had B complex right here. There we go. I have a B complex. I don't only take this all the time, but if you're not taking a B complex or B12, you definitely need to implement these. B complex, if you're taking B complex, you won't really need B12, but these are essential for, you know, your metabolism, for processing, you know, the food, the protein, the carbs, the fats, your body utilizing the nutrients. And it's really good for like a natural energy booster. So for people who get blood work done and they notice that they're like lower in energy, like I said, it could be a multitude of things. I'm not going to get on here and say, well, if you have lower energy, it's going to be this. It's not really the case because it's a multitude. It could be low levels of B12. It could be low levels of iron. It could be, which I don't have, and I don't really recommend guys supplementing with iron unless they are deficient in iron, because you could very easily overdose on it, and you could very easily supplement with a really healthy diet. So just an FYI, unless you are deficient in iron, you should not be supplementing with iron. So, okay, let's see. So like I said, B complex, vitamin B12, these are really just beneficial for like just natural energy. So if you're noticing like you are crashing all the time throughout the day, this is a good additive to add into your routine. You can take this, make sure you can take this with or without food. B complexes, B12, they're water soluble, so that you don't need to consume them with food because their body processes it it's pretty efficiently. But with fat soluble, like, you know, fish oil, like zinc, vitamin D, these are mineral based supplements. Magnesium, the vitamin D, that's a fat soluble. These are recommended to be taken with foods, preferably fats, because it helps with better nutrient absorption. You're going to get more extracted from the supplement, and it's going to serve you better versus if you take it on an empty stomach. Next, we got the good, amazing probiotics. Guys, probiotics, if you're not taking probiotics already, I highly suggest you guys take probiotics. Probiotics gives your gut the benefits of introducing good quality bacteria in the gut, boosting that microbiome in there, balancing the gut bacteria so you can improve nutrient absorption, you can reduce bloating, you can improve your bowel movements, and it boosts your energy because of that over time. So you're going to notice a boost in energy when you take a good quality probiotics. I take the Umzu brand, the Floricell 50, because it has 7 different strains, and they're all the specific strains that we need for improving our gut health, for optimal gut health. So that is something that I recommend every guy should be taking. You don't have to take Umzu. I recommend it because I've been taking it for a couple years now, and it's the best freaking probiotic that's been out there on the market. It has all the legit strains of bacteria that you need for high quality gut health. So I think we're just about done with that one. So now on to okay, we got one more. Like I said, this isn't like really like, I wouldn't say this would be considered a health supplement, but this isn't like necessarily a health, like this isn't like the necessary health supplement if you're already taking some of these already. Like if you're taking zinc, magnesium, vitamin D, that's fine, but this has other compounds in it that these don't have. So Testro X is a natural, I'm gonna say it again, natural testosterone booster. Some of that bullshit that a lot of people, take and pump out on the market. This product is heavily researched, backed by science. A lot of these ingredients, like the magnesium, the zinc, ashwagandha, let's see, forskolin, glycerin, inositol, boron, L-theanine, L-leucine, and then black pepper for nutrient absorption. So you see black pepper a lot. If you see like black pepper extract, that's just basically to help with nutrient absorption of all the ingredients. This product, you take 3 capsules on an empty stomach, or you take 3 capsules after your last meal before you go to bed. It knocks you the fuck out. You sleep like a baby. And guys, I'm just gonna say, you're gonna notice this shit like kicks in at hyperdrive. I'm just gonna say this real, like, your ladies are gonna notice. So especially zinc, if you're deficient in zinc, it's extremely difficult for people, especially men, not just from an energy standpoint, but like erectile dysfunction is an issue. And the things like magnesium, it does serve a really good purpose for overall testosterone boosting effects. And then the forskolin is a really good natural extract that helps with giving your body the right nutrients that you don't find in food. Boron is a really common nutrient deficiency that most guys don't get enough of. So having a small amount of supplemental boron, this has 10 milligrams. You can take up to 20 and be fine. Over 20 is when you start getting into like the toxic amounts, and you just have to be mindful of that. So yes, you can get boron from certain foods, but it's very, very difficult. It's not very common. So it's good to supplement with boron. That's like a really important one. Glycine is an amino acid that you'll find it's in collagen. Now, I take collagen as well. I don't, oh shit, that's one I forgot to pull out today. But they'll be in this video, is collagen is a very, very beneficial supplement. I honestly recommend collagen over any other protein powder. A lot of guys that take like whey isolate, vegan protein, I recommend collagen because it's multi-strain protein you're getting from different sources. It helps with recovery, it helps with your gut health, it helps with better muscle building as far as you recovering and replenishing the muscle after you break it down, versus just consuming a whey isolate or a whey protein, because you're getting multiple amino acids a lot more effectively than you are from just a whey, which is usually hard to absorb for most people. It's hard to digest. Some people are lactose intolerant, and it's just like a big old clusterfuck. Whereas when they put the glycine in here, really good for most people. If you ever notice you find it harder and harder and harder to go to sleep, to relax at night, to stay asleep, you're most likely going to be deficient in glycine. So you need to up your glycine intake in your foods. You can find this in bone broth. This is why I eat nose to tail. So if you guys like you know, get cringy and stuff and you see me post about chicken livers and shit, I eat nose to tail because it serves your body really well. You're getting all the nutrients and all the benefits for your body that you need. Like livers is a fucking multivitamin in itself. Like liver, you eat liver like once a day, like 1 to 2 ounces of chicken livers. I'm telling you guys, you're gonna turn into fucking Superman. And you guys think I'm lying? I'm swear to God, you would be head to head with Superman. You probably kick Superman's ass because livers literally has so much nutrients packed into 1 to 2 ounces that it's like literally you're on another fucking level. Like I said, back to glycine. In 1 serving of collagen, you're getting like, if you get like the Vital Collagen brand, it's like 18 grams of protein. Umzu has a brand. I just got a package in today or yesterday. It's like 22 grams a serving. So it's just like you're getting high quality protein. You can mix in smoothies. You can mix in oatmeal, mix in recipes, pancakes, all kinds of stuff. Don't taste it. And it's real. It serves your body really well. You don't get that bloat. It really improves your digestion. You're getting the recovery aspect. You're getting all the micronutrient components you need from it, and it's like a win-win. So I definitely recommend glycine rich foods, implementing more collagen in your diet, and taking Testosterone for boosting up your testosterone and staying away from bullshit that's on the market. L-theanine, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. L-theanine is in this because it promotes relaxation, just calming. Helps with, it's really good, you know, for stress. You can also, fun fact, because I'm over here full of knowledge bombs. You can supplement L-theanine 1 to 2 milligrams, 1 to 200 milligrams with coffee or caffeine. What this does is it boosts, boosts your fucking focus through the roof. And it takes off that edge, the crash. So you don't get a crash all day off this. So if you ever feel like you absolutely need caffeine, which you shouldn't like just quit cold turkey, because that's another topic for another day, and I can talk about that why. But always supplement with L-theanine if you're taking caffeine. I'm telling you, you're going to upgrade and enhance the coffee, the caffeine that you're taking. It's going to be fucking like out of this world. You can also, if you're taking coffee, you can take it with cordyceps mushrooms, which is another cognitive function benefit. You're really stacking. You're being mindful what you're taking. If you're just taking straight caffeine, then it's kind of defeating the purpose. But you want to, if you need caffeine and you want to take it smartly, take it with things that it goes well with. It complements and it works with it and it enhances it. So if you're just taking a caffeinated source, what happens after a couple hours? It crashes. You crash. You feel like crap. But if you take something like L-theanine, this extends the life of the caffeine in your body. And so then you have more focus. You don't crash. You feel amazing. And you're able to get more shit done. So this is like a quick little hack. So you guys better be writing these down in your journal, on your phone. Because I'm giving you some gold over here in this bitch. So, like I said, L-theanine is really good with caffeine, really good for coffee. You can also go a step further. MCT oil or coconut oil. I use fucking coconut oil. It's the same fucking thing. It's a medium chain triglyceride. Literally, if you're going to the freaking store and you're buying the MCT oil liquid, it's literally the same fucking thing to go get coconut oil, and you're probably saving money because this is a marketing gimmick they're getting you on. Is they're saying, hey, you know, here's my MCT oil for this much price. If you're buying like a name brand, just get like the cheapest one you can find. It's the fucking same thing. Organic, you want organic. You want, the reason being for fat sources to be organic is the fat. If you're getting a fat that's been heavily processed, especially with coconut oil, it's been refined. You're taking out all the benefits from it. You want it unrefined. You don't want it processed and refined. And so you can tell. I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you real quick. So, this coconut oil I take on the daily basis. If I do have a cup of coffee, this greatly upgrades it. And like I said, I barely drink coffee, but if I do want a cup of coffee, I would drink it for the taste because I like a cup of coffee every now and then, but I don't rely on it. But This coconut oil enhances the effects. It's a medium chain triglyceride. So what that does is, if anybody doesn't know, it allows your body to essentially you're converting this into energy because it's such a fast acting fat source. And so your body is able to convert this into energy. So when you mix that in coffee, you know, like the Kia coffee shit that they come out with, literally just do like whatever serving and then put in your coffee. You can do like a triple whammy. You can do like L-theanine, you mix some mushrooms in that bitch. Dude, you're gonna be a powerhouse. You're gonna be on freaking your boss is not going to know what the fuck happened. So just letting you know, this is like some next level shit right here. Coffee and coconut oil is bomb.com. Now you can obviously have your concoctions. You guys probably, I drink mine black, so I'm just that weird guy. But we did that. Performance is almost last. So cognitive function, we got. I'm not going to talk about that one. Okay, so one last one. I don't take this one all the time, but this is from Umzu as well. It's a gut support supplement. This is basically every now and then what happens is over an extended period of time, if we do not properly have proper gut health and we do not keep ourselves regulated all the time and we're backed up, and trust me, your body tells you when you're backed up. Constipation, low S energy, you're having issues with your stomach blow, you're having stomach pain, a whole inflammation just pops up out of nowhere, you have brain fog out the wazoo, you can't focus. You need to do a gut cleanse every for I'd say every 3 months. Sometimes it just depends on the severity, because guess what? Fun fact, the average person has 5 to 20 pounds of poop in their intestines and backed up in their colon, backed up in their intestines, backed up all in that jazz. And so when you're not cleaned out, guess what happens? All that shit just backs up. It backtracks in your system. So when you're backed up like that, your body's recycling that waste in your system for energy. So you're using recycled shit as energy. So does that sound appealing to you? Does that sound like something you would want to continue? I don't personally would want to do that either. When I found out about that, it was very eye-opening. So every now and then I implement this. Very rarely. I don't have very like huge issues with my gut. But if I do want to like clean myself out, like I'll use this for 15 days. And it's not like that. Here's a disclaimer. I'm not saying you take this and that's all you do. No, you still eat all your normal food, like your normal diet, but you take this to help regulate yourself and get your body cleaned out because you're backed up, because you're literally full of shit. That's just in lamest terms. And so it has like cascara, a lot of good ingredients in there. They're all natural ingredients for just getting you properly regulated for better overall health and energy, guys. Because when you're backed up and you're not regulated, which stems with the gut health issues, you're not going to have high energy levels all day long. You're not going to be able to maintain high productivity all day long. And if you're having issues with your crash after you eat, if you're having issues with bloating, all these things aren't, just working well, you need to do a gut cleanse ASAP. It's going to benefit you, I promise. So now the last one is performance-based supplements I take around my workout for increasing my performance. And no, I don't have pre-workouts. I don't take caffeine for my pre-workout. Like I said, I barely drink coffee. I drink coffee sometimes, but I don't really use it because honestly, when you focus on doing these things and you focus on improving your nutrition, improving your sleep, improving your gut health, you're going to be at a whole another fucking level. And you listen to some of the tips I said, watch the replay, watch it back, and some of the things I hinted at in this video, you're going to be at another level with your energy levels. So for anybody who has been under a rock and doesn't know about this, creatine monohydrate has been around for literally ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. I'm pretty sure dinosaurs have probably been taking fucking creatine when they're alive. They're probably the first ones to make it. They probably literally was grounding shit up on grounding rocks and turned into creatine. But creatine is very beneficial for natural energy production. The body, it converts in the ATP cycle. So what happens is when you take 3 to 5 grams a day, you don't need to do the loading bullshit. Loading, all that does is it gets into your muscles, it saturates your muscles a little bit better. But creatine is not just a muscle builder, but it's also good for energy. There's actually been some studies that shown that it helps with potential Alzheimer's by improving your cognitive function. And so now those may be just correlational studies. I'm not sure, but it's really good overall because it's one of the top supplements that's been heavily researched for years. Like, I mean, like literally, you can probably go back to his like Arnold days, and it's been around even then. It's so beneficial for just overall just energy production. Like when you're doing something, when you're doing a movement, you're increasing that force, you're increasing that energy because your body has more of it to use. Versus when you don't use creatine, it's like the opposite happens. Now, you can get creatine from food sources like more red meat, more fish, but you have to consume literally a fucking pound of meat a day to get like, I think it's like a gram, like a 1 to 2 grams of creatine. So just to give you an idea of, cost effectiveness, like I still eat red meats, I still eat fish and stuff like that, but it's easier to get 3 to 5 grams in if you're going down that route. Now, will you hold on to water retention? Yes and no. It depends on your diet. It depends on how your diet is set up. It depends on the foods that you're consuming. If you're eating a lot of carbohydrates and you're consuming it with creatine, yeah, you can potentially hold on to more water retention. But if your diet is really dialed in, you're exerting a lot of energy, and you are doing the right things, you can potentially lean out on creatine. It just depends on how it is set up in your current protocol. If you're just throwing it in there and going and relying on a supplement like I did back in the day and was just taking all these supplements and thinking that was going to make me magical, it does not work that way. You cannot take any of these supplements and think that you're just going to start feeling like, Crack Joe over there in the corner just going balls to the walls, because it does not work that way, unfortunately. All right, so we got a half cut open bag of electrolytes. Now, electrolytes is awesome because I add that in my concoction around my workout for, just improving my recovery, for giving me, proper nutrients for my workout, just to get to increase my performance, like B12, magnesium, salt, Himalayan salt in there, a little microdose of zinc, potassium, because a lot of these things you're sweating, you're going to sweat. So when you're working out hard, when you're training hard, you need to implement by replenishing your electrolytes every day. Like that's why I drink mineral water. So if you guys haven't seen already, I drink a lot of mineral water because of that reason. Like you need to be constantly, if you're sweating a lot, you're flushing out your minerals and your electrolytes, you need to be replenishing them. Just a little FYI. Next thing is beta-alanine. Why is beta-alanine awesome? Why do I take beta-alanine? Because it is amazing. No, the reason I take beta-alanine is like, if you ever taken like a pre-workout and you notice like when you first taking that pre-workout, it's like gives you that tingly feeling. Well, that's what beta-alanine is. Beta-alanine is the lactic acid buffer for your muscles. So what this does is it allows you to do more. It allows you to push past failure. It allows you to, it's really good for endurance sports. It's really good for, you see in CrossFit, it's a really popular supplement. Powerlifting and people who lift for strength, it can help, but this is a really good endurance base. So when I do a lot of endurance activity, it allows me, when I do runs and I do like a lot of high rep work, it allows me to go past failure and do more, which is really good over time because of progressive overload. You're putting more tension, you're breaking the muscle down even further. It's a really good supplement, and I recover faster. So I just implement that. Every now and then I'll take L-carnitine. Now, for anybody who doesn't know what L-carnitine is, it is an amino acid that takes your fat, it converts it into energy. So it's basically utilizing your fat as energy, as an energy source. So it's a really good product. It's a really good supplement I implement every now and then in my protocol for just, you know, like when I want to experiment, if I want to lean out a little bit more. And it really is effective. Like I said, it's something that, like I said, you can still stack it with creatine. I still stack with beta-alanine, and it works really extremely well. So go ahead. Like I said, guys, if any of these have, you know, helped you out in any way, if you find any of these, you know, tips helpful, if you want to know more about anything specifically, you know, drop it down in the comments below. I can go even further detail. Today's video, I just wanted to do like an intro because I could literally sit here all day and talk about these in more detail. And I think I've left a couple out because I don't want to confuse everybody. Because there's other things that are like, you know, I'll probably talk about another day. But these supplements, if you have any more questions, if you want me to do a detailed analysis or detailed video or reviews on other supplements, specifically like, you know, other companies, if you have questions about that, I can definitely do that as well. You know, whatever you guys are thoughts down below, share it with me. You know, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe. Share this with someone if you're finding these videos of value, and I look forward to talking to you guys in the next video. With that said, guys, peace out. Have a great day.